Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today we're going to do a roster review, so let's jump into it. This is a premium review, so I'm not going to spin the wheel today. The review receiver will be Louis Yavok with A Rise of a New Order. So it does look like they have JML and they have good fleet placement, even with an executor. Weird kind of lineup. So there is the triple attacker, but that's not it. So usually, if you're going to go with triple attacker, you go with IG 2000, Razor Crest, Xanadu Blood. Slave 1 is usually a reinforcement. You can use it as a first reinforcement to get a fast contract because of the counters, but I wouldn't use it in the starting. All right, let's go back and look at the account overall. So 8.1 million GP, 4.8 in characters, 3.3 in ships. So 11,000 galactic war battles. So getting close-ish to 3 years, 2 and some change. Characters, they have 4 GLs, R9 JML. I do like the R9 JML. R7 Darth Bane. So it looks like a lot of these characters are R7 is where you plant them. You do have an R8 Darth Vader. Maybe that's a platoon or something. I'm not sure. And then you have an R5 Cal Kestis, R5 Starkiller. So you don't have to right now, but it would be a good idea to take your important characters like Cal Kestis, Starkiller to R7. Whenever you work JMK, you'll take like Grievous to R7. So that's not a big deal, but I do like that you have a lot of your characters at R7. R7 Cad Bane. You have R7 bounty hunters for the executor, so that's good. Darth Revan R4. So yeah, that's not so big of a deal. When you work on the Leviathan, you'll get his relics up and running. So not a must right now. All right, so you said that you were working on Jabba, and I think that's a great thing to work on right now. Jabba would be excellent in this account. After Jabba, let's see what you can do. So you don't have Grandmaster Yoda, you don't have a relic Wat Tambor, you don't have a relic Captain Rex, no relic Cow, Baby Cow, or Zori, or Seer. Alright, so nowhere kind of near for Leia either. So let's look at your Hut Cartel. Alright, so you're not working on Jabba whatsoever yet. So very, very minimal investment. So I would take the time before you work on Jabba to get Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon up and running. Take them at least to R7. I did R9. I think R9 is great. You don't have to take them to R9. You can do R7 if you want to, but that's where the minimum is R7. So R7's fine. R9's great. It's up to you. I always leave this as a personal decision for whoever is farming them. If you want to commit to the R9s, I think they are amazing R9s to commit to. But if you don't want to commit to 2 R9s, like if that's too expensive for you, then go ahead and leave them at R7. But R7 is the floor, at least for your account. After you're done with that, go for Hut Cartel, Jabba. So that's excellent. After that, let's look at your fleet. So you do have, it looks like you do have the Leviathan counter, which is excellent with the Chimera. So, oh no you don't. No you don't. So, oh man. So I 100%. Once you're even before you work on Jabba, so get those bros up and running. Once you have those bros both at relics, start putting all your Chirotech into Iden Versio. Get all her abilities up and running. Give her mods, good mods, at least 5 mods, and then take this TIE Defender to 7 stars. So start that right now. Start the TIE Defender farm. But this is an absolute waste. I've never seen this before, believe it or not. This is a first for me, seeing a Chimera Scythe TIE Interceptor And then what is this, like gear 9 maybe Iden with a 5-star TIE defender. This is a huge miss. Huge. This thing, if you would have had the TIE defender up and running, Chimera absolutely destroys profundities, it destroys executors, it destroys Leviathans. That is the strongest fleet. This is the off meta counter. It's a very reliable counter. So you need to take your Iden at least to Relic 5. Minimum 7-star TIE defender. Just level up the ship. Even at 6 stars, I'm sure it'll work fine. But minimum R5. Whatever Chirotech you have left after you're finished with Pad 1 Obi-Wan, it needs to start going into Iden and take her to Relics. So Puncher Bros, Iden, then Jabba. But that's a must. An absolute must. Alright, so you're pretty close to a few things. And I do want to see something because you're at the point, and this is where it starts getting a little more difficult. I do think you should be in. You should probably be in Kyber with what you have. I think a big part of what's holding you back from Kyber is your fleets. Your fleets is very weak, and you need to work on your fleets. So get TIE Defender up and running. Farm this Y-Wing. Start farming all these ships. So you've been playing long enough where, believe it or not, you should have almost all your fleets done or all your ships farmed, at least the hard nodes. So farm them all, get them all up and running. Every single ship is worth having. There's no ship that you can't use that doesn't have a benefit somewhere, or where you're like really on the grind somewhere. That I think they're all worth it. So SF, First Order SF TIE Pilot, TIE Fighter is a good ship. It's an amazing ship actually for the First Order fleet. So finish that star. So you are just not getting the full potential. Like you're gonna take your finalizer to 7 stars soon, but get this last star for this SF TIE Fighter. Next, you can passively farm the Marauder. You can passively farm this Y-Wing. You need to farm that TIE Defender right now. Comeuppance, you don't have to. 5 stars fine. You can farm this MG 100 Star Fortress, TIE Dagger, all these Sith, like all your ships, farm them. There's no reason. Also, you have a Malgus and a Fury class Interceptor. That is the hardest part of the farm. If you would have these Sith ships farmed, like your TIE Dagger, your Mark 6 Interceptor, your Sith Fighter, and your B2 extension class, you have this at Relics too. Like these, if you get this up and running, you can run it in a Mace fleet, and it's a good fleet, like an endurance fleet. Even you can even have it under the home one, but you don't have, or Executrix, since you have your Empire under Chimera, then you can have that Sith fleet under the Executrix. That's a good fleet, believe it or not. I think the endurance is probably the best just for survivability, but if you have it under endurance on defense, if you got all this Sith fleets up and running, then it would be a banger fleet, and then you can start working on Leviathan whenever you're ready. But you're a lot of missed opportunities here, and you need to just side, like you don't have to put it your main focus right now, but you need to side focus your fleets. I know you over invested in Executor, but you don't need to say like, oh, I have an Executor, my fleets are fine. Like you need 6 fleets for Kyber. And I feel like you probably push up in Kyber and then you get knocked back down. And then you push up in Kyber and you get knocked back down because you can't handle fleets. So you need to focus on that, get that up and running, and you will be in a much better place. So get all these ships farmed. I believe in you, you can do it. Alright, so after Jabba, I would say once you farm Jabba, you would probably be in a good place, not on conquest teams. I don't know why you said conquest teams. You have a lot of conquest teams in your account. Like you have a lot of stuff in here for the ground. You have 4 GLs, you'll have 5. So you have a good amount of stuff. You have Bane, C, you have JML, you have Ray, SOKR, Jabba, all good things on Conquest. You have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Darth Revan, Malgus. You have enough. You have the Inquisitors. So what you need to do is get another fleet. You can go for Profundity if you want to. Profundity is a excellent farm. You get the Rogue One team with Radis leading it, and that's an excellent farm. Or since you have pretty much all the things you need, you can go for the Leviathan, and I think the Leviathan would probably be the best thing that you could do. So you can go like, honestly, I would probably go Jabba Profundity, or after Jabba, I would probably do maybe Leviathan Profundity or Profundity Leviathan in whatever order. They're both good. You'll get R9s on Darth Revan and Malik, which are good. All the relics are pretty much useful in the Leviathan farm. I don't think there's a lot of waste in there. Even Darth Maul you can use with Bane. Set you can use with Bane. So there's use. Darth Maul is in the raid right now. So there's a lot of uses for the Leviathan farm. So I would, after Jabba, I would do those two in either order, back to back. Or if you want to, you can do like Leviathan, JMK Profundity, or you can do Leviathan, Leia Profundity, because you pretty much have, at this point of the game, you can farm anything you want. Other than that, you can slowly start working the shards as they become farmable for things like Balin's Skull, also for GL Ahsoka, and then once you have those stars farmed in 6 months or 7-8 months, whenever they're all become free to play farmable and you farm them all up, then you can fit that into your farming pathway, and maybe by that time you may not even need to do JMK or Leia. Maybe you can go for like GL Ahsoka or something if you are ready. But that's the farming pathway I would recommend for you. I think that would be best. You absolutely have to get those Poncho Bros up and running for that assault battle. Then you need to get Iden for your Leviathan counter. Then you go into Jabba for Smuggler's Run 2. From there you go Profundity for another GL ship. Then you can go either Leia or JMK into Leviathan, and then Leia, the other one that you didn't choose, which was Leia or JMK. It's up to you. So that's the farming pathway I would recommend for you. It's a pretty long one. It gives you a lot of things to do, but I think if you do that, you'll be in a really good position. So you have enough time to farm your shards, get everything ready, and get all those farms up and running. So thanks for watching. I do think that this is a good account. Oh, here, I didn't even look at your mods, so let's do that first. So really slow. I'll say this, I don't think you're doing well on your mods, because you have all. So this tells me that you're not maximizing your potential for mods. So understanding mod potential is very important. The way that you can do that is you can watch my guides, believe it or not. So if you go here in my Discord, there's going to be a number 1 under my captain's reviews. There's going to be building plus 25 speed mods in my mod playlist. I would recommend watching those. I also recommend watching the amazing guides and developing a farming pathway. Those are really important. But other than that, like, those will help you with understanding mods, because if you have a speed set with all 6A mods and your SOKR is only 533, that tells me that you don't know how to build mods well. Yeah, 9, 14, 16, 19, horse 32, and 11. No offense percent here. So yeah, so you need to, and this is your fastest character, so you 100%, you need to start working your mods. So if I had to guess here, I would say your square and your diamond has low protection. You probably have a speed arrow. Yeah, speed arrow, no protection, 6%. Yeah, so that's where you're missing your protection, and why you're only at 140 some percent protection instead of 150k or 165. So you need to start engaging more in mods instead of just going all in on, it's a ton of health. So this, or actually no, it's not. You want 200k health here, and your damage is okay. So you really do need to engage more with mods. This isn't bad. Your C's not bad. 325 is your fastest. So you've been playing a good amount of time to have this level of mods in your account. Hey, you have stop. You really should get the Omicron if you have stop. Like if you took the time to relic it and have it up and running, you should put an Omicron on it. Yeah, 3 Omicrons on Starkiller. I would say a little bit too much. I don't like your Darth Sidious Omicron. So I'll say this. I don't like the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Omicrons. I feel like oh, those mods are atrocious. Oh my god. This is bad. This is really bad. This is horrible. This is atrocious, dude. So you have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. He's Relic 5, and you don't even have level 15 mods on him. This is the worst modded Jedi Knight Cal Kestis I've ever seen. So please engage more in mods. Be a little more choosy in where you place your Omicrons. Yeah, is what I would say. So yeah, that's what I got for you, dude. I do think that the foundation for this account is strong as far as what you have, but you could do a lot better. You could put some more effort. You were getting good placement in fleets. You're underperforming in Grand Arena. I think that comes with your understanding of you have. This isn't. This is okay. This isn't the worst, but you're underperforming in Grand Arena. Your mods are not very good, especially for how much time you have played. So I think there's a lot of work you can do. So I would just engage with that. You have really weird relics too. So you have a Relic 9 Malik, you have a Relic 8 R2D2. So the Relic 8 R2D2 is for Leia, the Relic 9 Malik is for Leviathan, but you're nowhere near close for those. It's not bad relics at all. It's just your prioritization of when you're getting your relics up is really weird. Like eventually you'll get these up there, but you're nowhere near ready for the Leviathan. You're not ready for Leia. So I don't know why you accelerated these relic levels. I would say if you wanted to do something like that, like a Star Killer or something would be good, but to Relic 7. But I don't know why you did what you did, but only you really know that. So that's what I would say. I don't want to delve too much into your stuff here. I've said my piece. I think if you spend a few months, work on the things I told you, kind of try to work on your mods a little bit, and then follow up with another roster review request, I would like to see where your progress is, because I think you have the good foundation, and if you learn a few fundamentals of modding fleets, like building or finishing all your fleets, I think you'd have a real like banger of account that could at least hang in like Kyber 3-ish. So I think you can do it. I think this account has the potential to punch up into Kyber. So I would like to see you do that. Other than that, that's all I got for you. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.